business plan from USC. I have an A- business, if you're interested. So as soon as I got out, I wanted to do it. Got another opportunity, went back on, did a little bit more surfing, talked to all the guys, and they were really excited about it. And so I kind of started to put it together, and what it is, it's management, events, and consulting. And the management is of professional surfers, some of my friends that I've known for like 10 or 12 years, and kind of what I tried to do was fill a void that I wish I had during my own career. I had 3 different agents, managers, whatever you want to call them, and I fired 2 of them, and the other one I wish would have kept me. So that's kind of where it was. But unfortunately, they were doing NFL players, and my piddly contracts didn't make sense to them after a little while. But just to be able to recognize that opportunity that, hey, during my whole career, I wish I had this person there for me. And so that made it really easy to know what to do, because I just tried to be the agent that I wish I always had. And then also it's taking care of my friends too, which kind of gives it that warm, fuzzy feeling on top of, being able to make a living from it.
So after attending college, I know you built up a great network of friends, and I believe you met a lot of them through your college career, correct?
Yeah, well, USC was a great place to meet great people. We had some of the smartest kids growing up in Southern California. A lot of people going back into the Southern California business plan. So it was a great place to meet some of the kind of future leaders of tomorrow. And then I met a lot of my people, and you're not going to learn in this business class, but just going out at night. You meet a ton of people. Everybody likes to party at the end of the day. So just being out all the time, being very social. I've met people from all walks of life.
Bron, what advice would you give to somebody, let's say, that wants to get into party planning or promotion? What advice would you give for young adults today?
Meet hot girls. Because if you bring hot girls somewhere, everyone else will be there. I mean, that's typically when it comes to parties, if you were going to do it, I would say more business-wise, is just to get in and really learn from somebody. I think that was something that growing up, I didn't hear enough. I mean, people tell you all the time, you can do whatever you want, and obviously that's true, but the best way to get to be able to do whatever you want is to get into that field originally. Like, if you want to own a restaurant, get a job at a restaurant. If you want to be in clothing, like, get a job at a clothing store. If you want to be in party planning, work for somebody that's doing party planning, because you might find out that either one, you didn't know anything about it and you can learn a ton, or that you don't like it, and that's just as important. And before you sink all of your parents' fortune into whatever you're going to do, or however you earn that money, being able to know whether or not you actually like it, and then if you do like it, being able to do it correctly is huge. So.
And you're still involved with the sport that you love and be passionate about it. When did you learn that you wanted to develop a business and manage athletes?
Well, like I said, I really saw a void. I know in the last couple of years there's been a few other people that have kind of increased the competition, or just the amount of agents, managers in surfing. But growing up, I really saw a void. And even when I was younger, I would make calls for my friends, or I would lie and call for myself and say it was somebody else. But we always needed that. And so when I was at school and they put it on me, like, you gotta, as an entrepreneur major, you have to write a business plan. I was like, well, what am I going to do? And that's kind of what I was like, well, this is a business that I can make work. So that's kind of really where it came, is just being able to fill that void that I knew personally was kind of always there.
So it goes back to kind of increasing your education, learning about more things, and maybe buying a course about something, or getting a coach or a mentor to work with.
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, it's like, I've had a lifetime in this industry. I mean, my dad owned a surf shop until I was 15. Got sponsored right about then. My entire life has been the surf industry. So I was able to rely on everything that I've done in my own career to be able to make my business successful. And that's kind of where I really want to say to people that if you're going to get into a business, get as much information as you can into that business. And that's what I was just talking about, getting a job in there. Well, for me, I had on every information. My business plan, I quote myself like 10 times as a bona fide expert, because I can literally say, like, can't know any more about that than I did. So it was really easy for me to be able to explain my business to people, because I knew every angle.
So Bron, real quick, your company name is Saks International, and you do athlete consultation, you manage them, you also do business consulting and event planning.
Yeah.
What are some of the major events that you've done? I understand you did Matt Leinert's draft party.
Yeah, I did. I was able to do my friend Matt Leinert's draft party.
Nice.
That was a great time, just out at Caesar's Palace. I mean, just the culmination of a whole life's work to be able to get drafted and everything. It was such more of like a celebration than like a party. So it was a great time. and to be able to do that for him and to have all our friends out there, that was a great weekend.
That's great. So college was a great place to network, and of course going out in Hollywood to increase your bigger network of people. It's something that everybody should not necessarily go out, but maybe attend college and start to meet a lot of people and find people that have similar interests.
Well, yeah, I mean, they talk about it in business school all the time. You know, you have days where it's just about networking, network. Because at the end of the day, it's like you sit down to do something, and I mean, if you're in clothing, you're going to need a manufacturer or the sales reps or something, and if your buddy from college happens to own a manufacturing plant in China, well, shoot, that's great for business, you know? So the more of those people that you can network around, I mean, at USC Business School, they have networking day and how to network. I mean, people come in and just tell you how to network. They tell you how to ask questions so people will like you. It's like, because they really see, you know, the importance and all of that, so.
So maybe you need to ask me a question because I don't really like you guys.
Yeah. So, we serve together, right?
Yeah, right.
What is your business and how can I use it? People always talk about it too as like contacts, you know, it's not even like friends. And that's something that always drove me crazy when people are like, oh, I got a contact in filming or something like that. You're like, are they actually your friend or is this a contact that you're just using them? And I think that not coming off as just trying to be someone's contact is also very important.
Yeah, you definitely need the relationship there.
Totally.
So what does being financially free and independent mean to you?
Well, it's just being financially free and independent to me is the ability to make your own hours and kind of do what you want. And you know, to be a professional surfer for 10 years and have that freedom, it's very conflicting to be someplace from 8 to 8 after an entire lifetime of not being someplace from 8 to 8. So I actually got a job at venture capital right out of school, and I was there from 7, 8 in the morning till 6, 7, 8 at night, and it just drove me crazy because I like to work. You know, I would study at SC maybe from 9 to 3 in the morning and then do nothing all day, and that was just my style. So being able to be my own boss is making those own hours, and if something comes up on a Tuesday and you can be there, it's a nice day, you can go surf, and that's kind of, I think, the freedom that as a human being everyone seems like they're kind of on the bell curve, but is really